When you're scared, you'll let your dad put 17 locks on your door, not realizing you just got put in a cage.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't right. Welcome to the home of the brave.
Bro, that's so true. Thank God the left
the
can't
right
aim.
don't right.
Y'all are exactly as crazy as every conservative person I know said you were all along when a protest goes. Try to lock him up in a cage. Now you trying to kill what you hate. Bitch, you miss.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Billy Collins.
Matt Doge. Don't do the eyebrow thing to me, dude. You know it gives me goosebumps.
And this is Magician.
And the Jock.
Controversial or no?
We shouldn't probably, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the,
I don't. Maybe not. I
the
think
next president, they tried to murder him?
Yeah.
This is song is
not
about.
really controversial. It's just, facts,
Yeah.
stating facts.
I'm assuming that's what this song is about.
Yeah.
You told me about Tom MacDonald.
And I only heard bits of it off other channels. Like, they just played it in the background and stuff, and I was like,
I like Tom MacDonald.
yeah. He's up there. He's done a few things that are very,
I mean, he's got a lot of tattoos. But
Base, his grill.
He's pretty based. The things he says, I don't know if it's all a gimmick or whatever. Look, we did that in the Bill Maher video. We're entertainers. Bill Maher's an entertainer, just like Rush Limbaugh's an entertainer.
Yeah.
You find your niche, you go with it. But this is Tom MacDonald. What's it called? You Missed?
You missed.
I'm talking to you, dead shooter guy.
Dead shooter
Should've
guy
thought
on the roof.
As Stalin would call him, a useful idiot. So, I mean, this took place yesterday. Do you think this song was already, well, no, it couldn't have been already recorded.
No.
Unless he was in on it.
I just think he just kind of like
Unless he was in on it.
spit it and just, it's not a hard video to shoot, it's just a black and white video.
That's hard. They missed. That's
missed.
hard. You seen the
And that
memes?
face right there.
You seen the memes with 50 Cent? Many men, many
Yeah.
wish death upon me. Yo, what's that line in that song? Now I know I'm here for a real reason, because he got hit like I got hit, but he ain't fucking breathing. That shit. It's crazy how fast the internet
They burning
is.
the country down with their progressiveness. It started with changing what gender is, then graduated to your racist if you think that your life matters and your skin don't have melanin. They don't want peace, they want skeletons. They want men to pretend that they're feminine. They don't want an election, they got so offended by freedom that they just try killing the president. I used to...
So far, I can't disagree.
I'm 100.
Want
I'm on
men
the
to
same
be
boat.
feminine. I think it's
That hit hard.
Yeah,
That was.
it is
They
true.
want men to be feminine.
We talked about that in the traditional dads video, that the average 20-year-old now has the testosterone of a 65-year-old back in the 70s or something.
And look, guys, we've never swayed from this thought and mentality. Go back and look at some of our other videos. One of our most popular videos in the very beginning of the channel was how a beta killed my marriage.
Beta kid mom. Yeah, there's.
So it's just we're very strong on being
Excuse me.
They don't want an election, they got so offended by freedom that they just try killing the president. I used to think that the woke were misguided, but now I can see that they're evil. Twitter is angry that Trump isn't dead. You know who got shot? Innocent people. Thought y'all were tolerant, thought we were equals. I thought you valued how everyone feels. Then why are y'all celebrating an attempted assassination like you're part of Antifa? Thank God the left can't.
Antifa is funny. Anti-fascists, the same ones who will yell down if you're a speaker they don't agree with. I think they need to look at what fascism is.
Yeah, really.
Why are y'all celebrating an attempted assassination like you're part of Antifa? Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't right. Welcome to the home of the brave.
Bro, that's so true. Thank God the
Thank
left
God the
can't
right
aim.
don't right.
Thank
Could
God.
you imagine? I was sitting there the other day after this, and the first thing I thought after that was like, okay, you don't see any rioting, you don't see any burning down of people's businesses, you don't see any looting, any kind of dragging somebody, beating them. You don't see any of that stuff.
Because when that starts, it's not going to stop.
Yeah, and on top of that, the right, we have a lot of guns.
Yeah, people were talking about if there was another civil war right now, North versus South. It's like, well, in the North, you can't figure out which gender goes in the bathroom. In the South, there's 9 trillion bullets.
Yeah.
There are 2 classes of people in politics. Those who want to be left alone, those who won't leave you the fuck alone. Vast majority in the top. Or in the first one.
Yep.
All a revolution is enough strong men that stand up and say enough is enough. Enough is enough.
I had this conversation about that, maybe getting off the subject, but about a civil war and all that. And one person said, well, you mean a militia is going to go up against the armed services? And a friend of mine who was a major in the Marine Corps, who's retired now, so I was like, I had thousands and thousands and thousands of men that would stand up for the Declaration of Independence and our civil rights, and they were all Marines. He said, do you think they wouldn't join a militia?
It's the silent majority.
Yeah, he's like, they're not going to pick up their arms against brothers.
Be careful what you wish for. The sleeping giant, once it's awake,
you cannot.
It's like the volcano that's been dormant for years after years after years. People moving closer, like Pompeii, right? Moving, it's beautiful. It's not going to, when it erupts.
All hell breaks loose.
And you know what? For the sake of my child, for the sake of your children, for the sake of future, I pray that doesn't happen.
Oh, me too. 100%. I'm not.
No, there are no winners. There are no winners.
Freedom ain't afraid of violence. You wish you was dying, bitch, you missed. Thank God the left can't aim. Why can't we just shoot straight? Y'all are going insane, bitch, you missed.
That was pretty good. Thank God the left can't aim. Why can't we just shoot straight? That's a nice little double entendre there.
Can't we just shoot straight? Y'all are going insane, bitch, you missed. There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock him up in a cage. Now you trying to kill what you hate, bitch, you missed. Told us trust the science, but it never made sense to me. Why would we put all our trust in the enemy? Millions of people are hooked on amphetamines. They're making billions on untested remedies. Borders are open to people with felonies. Biden can't stop them, he don't have the energy. Y'all want to kill the man trying to fight for a better tomorrow by making him Kennedy? I tried to give y'all a chance, like maybe.
Funny. The Kennedy reference is actually really good. So if you look at when Kennedy was shot, which, fun fact, all of y'all who call conspiracy theorists, that came from the Harding report, which was basically the FBI's like, here's what happened. Anyone that goes against the official narrative is a conspiracy theorist. Right. That came out in the Harding report. But what did Kennedy say before he was shot and killed? Pulling troops out of Vietnam. What did Trump say? Something like 80+% of the war in Ukraine right now is funded by the U.S. We are essentially at war with Russia.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a quote-unquote hot war, but he said, this isn't our fight.
Yeah.
Kennedy said it, shot and killed. The magic bullet. But if you believe a bullet can do this, you're saying, if you think that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, well, and Trump was on a TV, he was on an interview show, and the girl kept saying, are you for Ukraine or are you for Russia? And he goes, I'm for people not dying.
Trump wants.
He doesn't want people to die.
Trump's here for a good time. He wants golf courses. He wants people to have fun. War is in his world, bad for business, right? He's in the entertainment industry. So it's crazy how much people push for war. Anyways, yeah, this is wild. But the Kennedy and Trump, you make those connections, you're like, those who don't study history are doomed to repeat it.
Yep.
When I killed a man trying to fight for a better tomorrow by making him Kennedy, I tried to give y'all a chance. Like, maybe the left isn't nuts. I was wrong, because y'all are exactly as crazy as every conservative person I know said you were all along. When a protest go hard, when a burn flags go off. But y'all are so triggered that you're pulling triggers at presidents. Y'all the terrorists when you're armed. Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't write. Welcome to the home of the brave. Freedom ain't afraid of violence. You wish you was dying, bitch, you missed. Y'all are going insane, bitch, you missed. There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock him up in a cage. Now you trying to kill what you hate, bitch, you missed.
I saw a funny, it wasn't funny.
First of all, that shit was hard.
Yeah.
Like that. I bet he wrote that in 5 minutes. 10 minutes.
I mean, he's one of those lyrical geniuses. So
that is
who doesn't get enough credit.
No punches were pulled.
Yeah. So I was looking at this picture of him, brings me back to the Kennedy thing, because Kennedy, even though he wanted to pull people out of Vietnam, well, that was totally against what the left wanted. I mean, the
left used to be against war. The left,
right? But they were in it for a certain reason. And when he started saying that, so he was against it. So, long story short, like they had a bunch of pictures of Abraham Lincoln, Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Ronald Reagan, they were all against the Democrats, and they all got shot.
Yeah, but I think, like I said, there's two groups, right? Those who want to be left alone, those who won't leave you the hell alone. Mm-hmm. Vast majority of people who Democrats or Republicans, I'm from the school that there's not much difference. It's more of a continuum than it is like a polar opposites. Like, so far right extremists and far left extremists are very similar. There's I think it was Ryan Long, the comedian, who does that, like how progressives and racists have more in common than they think.
Yeah. Turns out we kind of agree on everything. Your racial identity is the most important thing. Everything should be looked at through the lens of race.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. We both have a lot of opinions about people of color, even though we barely know any.
I say colored people, but as long as we're classifying them.
I think, so the Bible talks about we're fighting a spiritual warfare, not a war of flesh, right? Jesus came to bring life and life abundant. Satan came to kill, steal, and destroy. One way he can kill, steal, and destroy is to divide. Mm-hmm. Remember we had that interview with James Cummings where we were talking about we have the freedom of press, but we have the freedom of profitable press, and they will only cover that which will perfectly divide us.
And I agree that 100%. I just wish that we could come to some sort of gray area instead of having a black and white. Because, like right now, I look at what the left, how they view things and what they want, and where we've been in the past 4 years, and I look at what the right is doing, has done. And I look at the prior 4 years, I choose that. That's the lesser of two evils to me. I mean, that's just how I picture things. I'm sure we're going to get comments of how, whatever, we hate people, but it's not. I don't hate anyone. I just want the better good for everyone, and to find a party that can do that.
We just want to be left alone.
Yeah. I don't want to pay $4 for gas. I want to be able to feed people, and not have to spend $5 for a carton of eggs. I'm just like, I'm over that.
But I think the assassination attempt is an inside job, 100%. Come on. Like, yeah, as I've said before, like the mob couldn't have existed if there weren't crooked cops that were allowing them, that were on the payroll. That's the only way the mob could have existed, right?
Yeah.
Similar with that. What was he, 450 feet away from Trump on a vacant roof?
On a building
anyone
that
knows,
harbored police officers. Anyone
who knows anything about the Secret Service, their protocols, and, all of that stuff, no, that's not protocol. Mm-hmm. Something was up.
Yeah, clearly. I don't know if it was...
But as I say, thank God the left can't aim. But I think even that is a smokescreen. I think there's, as someone said, Matt, there's a cool club and you're not in it, bro.
Yeah.
Hopefully enough people, if both sides just can throw their guns down, fortunately, what they say on the right, there's a conservative saying like gun control is a steady aim. Like, mm-hmm. As you said, thank God the left can't aim. Wish we could just shoot straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it is true. Like, we have so much more in common than we have apart. And if you think the media is on your side, if you think anytime they're pushing any agenda so hard, George R. R. Martin, who wrote Game of Thrones, said, it might have been I don't know if Tyrion said it, but it's something, when you cut out the tongue of another man, just proves you're afraid of what he has to say.
Right.
And there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah, I just don't. I just want to get back
to I don't know what making Trump a martyr
I don't know what they
would prove for you guys.
I think it was Bill Maher. He went on stage and right after, speaking of Bill Maher, and he goes, "We just elected a president."
Well, he's already up. He's already up. I mean, if you don't think he's up 20 points, 25 points across the country, guys.
Yeah, I mean, and now you just.
It's silly. So, because I've heard theories, if Trump orchestrated that.
It's like, happen.
Look, I don't know what the reality is. I just know the official narrative's not right.
Yeah, it's just
I don't know
weird.
what to believe. It's don't trust your lying eyes. And unfortunately, now public trust in mainstream media is the lowest it's ever been. Thank God. Like, how many times do you have to be lied to?
Yeah.
Before you're like, I don't know what the truth is, but I know that's not it.
Yeah, I just long for the days of, and this may sound weird, but 9/12. Remember I said that.
Don't get me started on 9/11.
Because it was just like
Don't get me started on Building 7.
9/11 it is what most horrible day, but 9/12, you saw everyone have American flag.
Yeah, but even that, I won't get into that. Not saying I know it's an inside job or anything like that, but you look at, that's what Colin Powell said. Lingus rise, Colin Powell. To never let a good crisis go to waste. So if I want to grab power, I mean, just look at COVID. When you're scared, you will freely give up your freedoms.
Yep.
Like, I think Jefferson has a quote about that, and it's so true. When you're scared,
Oh, I agree.
when you're scared, you'll let your dad put 17 locks on your door, not realizing you just got put in a cage.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Thanks.
So, guys, what do you think? Do you agree with us? Do you like the song? Have you heard the song? Leave us a comment down below if you want to dispute us or if you agree with us.
Billy will read them.
I'll read them on. I reply to them.
Billy will respond, thank you.
Thank you with a heart.
He's a man of many words.
Usually I'm at work. So, guys, do us a big favor. Subscribe to the channel.
Smash the like button.
And we'll see you on the next video.
Peace.
We're very strong on being
Excuse me. We'll have to do another video. I think there was cocaine in that nose thing because I'm fucking pumped. Jeez Louise. I've never sneezed this much in my life. What the fuck is going on?